Take your seat. Let me rush through 3 points. Number 1, somebody shout value. Genesis chapter 4 verse 7. Somebody shout value. Verse 1. Genesis 4:1. Then to verse 7. Verse 7 said, if thou doest well, shalt thou not be accepted? It was the value that Abel had on the sacrifice that made God to accept it. Because Cain brought sacrifice from the ground. And concerning the appearance, God just cursed the ground.
Yes, sir.
Strategic sacrifice are product of revelation, which is bettered on value. He said, how can I give God that cost me nothing? That's value. 2 Samuel 24:24. That scripture changed my life few years ago. 2 Samuel 24:24. Am I speaking to somebody? Everybody talks about the greatness of David. Why God could not do without David. And God said concerning David, David is my servant. He said, my covenant with David will I not break, neither will I alter. When what Saul did was less than what David did, as a calamity as it were. But God said, my covenant with David will I not break, neither alter. I can tell you the character of David that distinguished him. 1, David is remorseful.
Yes, sir.
The prophet called the king and said to him, somebody did this and this and this. What shall befall the person? And when he was through talking, David said, you are the one. David, break down. Break down. Ah! He said, and the king said unto Araunah, nay, but I will surely, but it be thee at a price, neither will I offer burnt offerings unto the Lord my God, that which doth cost me nothing. So David bought the tres flow and the oxen for 50 shekels of silver. Somebody shall value.
Value.
We have heard testimonies, not just testimonies, we have seen it. Somebody will give God a phone that is dead and call it a seed. Bible says, whatsoever a man soweth, same shall he reap. You sow a dead phone, you reap a until you understand that your greatness is eaten in your seed, then you don't have a future. It said, for in thy seed shall the nations be blessed. In thy seed. There was a time I had some things in ministry. I understood the mystery of the seed. The Bible said, for the seed of the woman shall bruise the head of the devil. I took a seed, gave it to my wife. I said, lead the way. She was in front, I was behind. When that seed touched the altar, the matter settled without any form of protocols. I understand the workings of seed, the strategic nature of sacrifice. Somebody shall value.
Value.
Say it like you mean it. Say value.
Value.
In Genesis chapter 8, verse 1, we jump to verse 20. Let's look at verse 20. Genesis 8:20. Are you here? He said, and Noah built an altar unto the Lord and took, number 1, somebody shout off. Every, shout the next word. Clean what? The second one, and of every, and the third one, and offered burnt offering on the altar. What did he take? Somebody shout clean. I can't hear you shout clean. Can I dwell on clean? Clean beast, clean fowl, clean beast, clean fowl, clean beast. What makes your sacrifice strategic is the value. Stop picking the burnt one. You give God the dirty ones and you keep the clean one. That's not what I mean by clean. To be clean is to be an expression of a true value of your heart for God. I'm your pastor. I speak from the dimension I know. I have practiced this thing for a while. I've seen it work. I have led a move to honor grace. As I turned, I saw strangers looking for what to do for me. Have you visited somebody? They are running a tasketer. They go enter here, carry drink. They'll go here, carry water. They are looking for what to give you. looking for what to give you. I entered the nation and a man gave me his card and said, live on us until you depart. I didn't tell him, he brought it. And that card was worth it. He said, sir, anything. And when I said anything, it took me self-control not to mess up myself. Because an opportunity abused today may not come tomorrow. Somebody shall value.
Value.
I can't hear you. Somebody shall value.
Value.
Can I tell you the true expression of your value is in your giving to God? How much of your time you can give to God? How much of your substance you can give to God? I'm not preaching because I want to raise a seed. I'm preaching because I came to raise a life. He said, as long as the earth remaineth, seed time and harvest shall not cease. Winter and summer, day and night. That is to tell you, if day and night has never ceased, then why do you think that seed time and harvest can cease? You know what, the devil, anything that commands satanic attention carries unusual unction. That's why the more you speak against tithing, first fruit and giving, the more I do it. Because why, if the thing no carry weight, Satan no go there. Why are you struggling to pray when you don't struggle to sleep? Because he knows that if you can pray, Satan don't fight you when you want to sleep, but we fight you when you want to pray. Are you aware that Jesus, up to 30 years, did not have serious satanic opposition? The moment he made up his mind to go and be baptized in the Jordan River, that's when Satan appeared. As soon as he was baptized and he had to go into the wilderness, Satan, the tempter, came. The moment you understand the workings of God, you will get opposition. Or keep fighting forward. A sign that you are making progress can be the sign that there is an opposition.
Yes, sir.
A body on the same direction does not suffer opposition. Body on parallel direction does not suffer opposition. Come, sir. Stand here. This is science. Let's go. Is he opposing me? Huh? Is he opposing me? Stand here. Come. Is he opposing me? There are times when this thing gets too smooth. You pause and ask yourself, are you sure the devil is not on the same side with me? Those of now we don't do night work. You know, drivers will tell you if they travel for night for a long time, they don't see another motor, they come, they go park. They go park. First question for the country. Somebody shall value. Stop giving God dirty fowl, dirty beast, unquantified sacrifice. David said, how can I give him that cost me nothing? My wife is here. I'm not complaining, but God has injured me several times. And those are the scars I have to show. When Jesus resurrected, Thomas said, I need to see him. For the one I will believe is the one whose side and whose palm. That's the scars of victory. You can't become a professor without tearing many papers. Somebody shall value. This clock is working for me. Verse 20, okay, I've read that. Number 2 is timing, having an understanding of timing. Somebody say timing. In Matthew 25, verse 34, can we read that? 25:34. And he said, then shall the king say unto them on his right hand, come ye blessed of my Father, inherit the kingdom prepared for you from the foundation of the world. Then shall the king say, then verse 35. Why did the king say? He said, for why? For I was an hungry, and ye gave me meat. And I said to you, what makes sacrifice strategic is the ability to understand, to know when he's hungry. There is a time to honor grace. Every time is important, but there's a strategic time. A young man came to my office with his wife, and while they were talking, they've been believing God for the fruit of the womb. I just heard the Spirit of the Lord tap me. And I said, Madam, when you are in your cycle, what happens to your home? He said that they fight. I said, the power that I want to keep you childless is the power that visits your home when your wife is prepared to receive. That is the same battles a lot of people are going through. They are suffering because each time their season comes, the accuser speaks to their ear. Have you asked yourself a question that the tree that God said you should not eat is the same tree that Satan told you why not eat it? Because Satan knows that that tree is the secret of your distinguishment. There are things you don't touch. It's sacred. It's not yours. Somebody shout timing. And then number 3 is revelation. Somebody shout revelation. Having a revelation in Matthew chapter 16 verse 17, Jesus said concerning Simon, he said, flesh and blood have not revealed this to you. Having a revelation of sacrifice is what distinguishes you. Nothing else. In Mark 14 verse 3 to verse 9. And Jesus explained it. Lift your right hand to heaven. Sacrifice. A man or woman who is a believer and is not a giver is like a man married refusing to know his wife, as it were. Bible said, except a seed of grain falls to the ground and die, it abides alone. Except a seed of grain falls to the ground and die, it abides alone. Sacrifice is a distinguisher. It's a distinguisher. One of my sons walked to me and said, Daddy, there's this battle in my workplace. Held his hand and I spoke to him. When you are praying for a man who is a covenant practitioner, you don't struggle. Spoke some few words. And the next thing I saw was that man, I got a report that immediately he sent a tithe in figures. Why? Because grace touched him and something exploded. The worst human being to identify with, whether leader or otherwise, is a stingy man. Bible says, for he that watereth, same shall be watered. Stop looking for water when you don't water. Stand on your feet. Lift your 2 hands and just cry to heaven. Just open your mouth and ask him, Lord, what will you have me do? What will you have me do? Let me tell you something. Listen. There's one of our members here. He walked to me. Not just that he walked to me. He has made himself a living sacrifice. Somebody shall living sacrifice. You know what that means? It means that my life, my everything, like Samuel was dropped in the temple, he has dropped himself. He gave and gave until one day I summoned him with his wife, sir. I said, see me in my office. I said, sir, I want your wife to be a witness. Because the way you are giving now, are you sure you are led? Because if the leading and the revelation is not there, the frustration may soon hit you. I said, because you can't come here and be smaller than when you came. With them seriously. And then when they walked out that night, the Lord came to me and said, I'm aware of what he's doing. And then the Lord gave me a prayer. I called him again another day. I held his hand. You know what the prayer the Lord told me? He said, a stream can be fetched dry. He said, but an ocean can never dry. And then I held his hand. I said, oh God that spoke to me, give him an oceanic breakthrough. Oceanic breakthrough. My brother, I've killed sacrifice that people concluded that I'm mad. And each time I sacrifice, they are waiting that I will soon sink. Even me, I've lost consciousness of how God is helping me. I'm here. My wife has called me and said, Oni, talk to me. I don't even know explanation. Because some things just happen. Just happen. Just happen. Just happen. Just happen. If you ask me now, man of God, explain. I can't. All I can tell you is God. 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 Stretch your two hands. If winter and summer has never ended, the seed time and harvest can't stop. Yes, sir. Cannot. Cannot. Day no break. Night go soon come. Now so it be. It has been programmed to walk like that. Just like that. In case you don't know, this is God's strategy that made him to rest. God is resting after 7th day. He's not creating again. You know why? Seed time and harvest. Deaconess come. You know what God did? All he did was to create Adam, create Eve. He goes sleep. Now the Adam and Eve that he created, he made sure Adam is a custodian of seed and Eve is a farm to receive the seed. So when Adam meet with Eve and put the seed in Eve, what happens? They will now give birth. What's your first child's name?
Daniel.
They now give birth to Daniel. Is the Lord and David, they are twins? Yes, sir. Oh, lama tualaha. You understand the multiplication? How many did God create? Both of them. But now God is sleeping, yet Daniel and David has appeared 4. Daniel and David will get married again tomorrow. They go. What is God resting? Is there multiplication? What is giving birth to the multiplication? When God wanted to destroy the earth, he didn't do it with anger. He did it with sense. He said to Noah, make sure you pick male of every. Of what? Every. Male goat, she goat. Male tortoise, female tortoise. Why was God telling Noah? Because if Noah miss it, God will walk again. So when the flood abated, seed time, the man sows it, the woman receives it and brings it continuously. The earth became full of everything again. You are empty, you are lonely and alone because you don't understand the trading of your seed. Just thank him for this meeting. Thank him. Thank him. When I was down, you lifted me.
I have known you gave me a shelter. People laugh and mock at me. But look at me now, I'm a living testimony. Yes, you alone God. Yes, you alone God. Oh, yes, you alone God.
Listen. Make yourself a seed. Make your money a seed. Make your time a seed. Make everything about you a seed. By the time you seed yourself, you harvest yourself. It's as if they will serve me, that seed. They shall spend their days in what? In prosperity, and their years in what? Why? Seed. When you seed yourself to serve, because in service you seed yourself. When you are being served, you are like an harvester. So many people were amazed to see me in Fire Night on Friday. You saw me in Warri on Friday morning and saw me in Lagos on Friday night. I learned it from him. He's a seed. And do you know the temptation that came that day? Can I tell you? Papa's machine came to pick him from Warri. And many things were passing my mind. Just join him to Abuja. Just go to Abuja, rest, tell the church somebody else should preach. On Saturday, just come back to Lagos quietly. Because obviously, if they bring him back to Benin, they may be coming back. So you just enjoy. And then the other thing, somebody was, in fact, a voice was saying it. And then I replied in one word. I said, that is a sign of a man who does not have a value system for his assignment. I waited that day, sir, 3 hours. They shifted my flight 2 times. I waited. When I got to church, I saw many of you. And I encouraged myself in the Lord. Encourage myself. This thing called salvation, eh? I encourage myself in the Lord. Stretch your 2 hands. I search all over, still couldn't find
nobody.
Yes, Isaac. That's
Oh, still could find nobody. Nobody's great. Nobody great. Nobody's greater than you.
Between now and March, leave that house. Leave that house. No one. There's a demonic program time in April that will so look like a choking and a frustration. The Lord troubled me last night on your matter. And I said, it just reminded me, and I said I was going to tell you. He said you should leave that house. Leave. Leave, oh. Leave. One of the reasons you will not use your money to fund affliction is this year is the ability to obey divine instruction.
Yes, sir.
Stretch your 2 hands. Take over me.
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 Take over me. Take over me. Lord, take over me. 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 Lord, take over me. Take over me. Hallelujah. 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 Oh, hallelujah. Hallelujah. Holy Spirit. 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 Take over me. 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 Lord, take over me. Take over me.
I was in your area last night. That's what I was describing to you. Huh? He took me in the spirit. Ezekiel said, the hand of the Lord came and took me. Your house funny. Eh? Funny. Man of God. Both. Can I do what I was anointed to do? Which day Papa was preaching, he said, you have to be patient with the prophet.
Yes, sir.
The prophetic ministry and time is. Man of God, not under this grace.
Yes, sir.
Not under this grace. Not under this grace. Not under this grace. Not under this grace. Lift your hands, everyone. Somebody shout, Lord, you have my permission.
Lord, you have my permission.
Step into my family.
Step into my family.
Remove what needs to be removed.
Remove what needs to be removed.
I know you are here. Here in your power.
Who is Simeon? I'm seeing Dr. Adebayo's face. Who is Simeon?
Precious Holy Spirit.
Simeon. Are you Simeon?
I know you are
Lift
here.
your hands.
You are here to take us higher. I know you are
here. Precious Holy Spirit.
Where are you from?
Cross River.
Huh?
Cross River.
Talk.
Benue State.
You say Cross River, you say Benue.
No, part of it is from Benue.
Okay, part of
Yes.
Ogoja.
No, Yala.
Eh?
Yala.
Now Ogoja, I know say be from that area, now in my side. That resemble Benue, resemble Cross River. Eh?
Yes, sir.
Where is your father, sir?
It's at home. My village.
Where?
In the village.
Your father.
Yes.
Your father. You and your father, they talk.
Yes, sir.
But you never ever verse for your papa.
No.
Lift your hands to heaven. What's on me?
Is his name?
Okay.
I know you are here.
here in your power.
I know you are here. Precious Holy Spirit.
You are doing your best, but it's as if your best is not enough. Are you hearing me?
Yes, sir.
With all you think you are doing in life, you should have been better than this, but you can't explain what is happening. Are you hearing me? I'm seeing the battle at the point of breakthrough is as if some things are happening as promise and failure. And this is a continuation, like as it were, some battles that your father contended with. Eh? But God said I should announce to you today, this year will distinguish you.
Amen.
What I said to one, I said to all. This year will distinguish you.
Amen.
I decree by the power of the Holy Ghost,
I receive.
I move into your village. Anyone orchestrating affliction from your foundation, if I hear your amen, they die suddenly.
Amen. Thank you, Lord. Thank you, Lord. Thank you, Lord.
Stretch your hand towards your village. Let's repeat after me. Say anyone on assignment against my destiny.
Against my destiny.
I stand on this revelation.
I stand on this revelation.
Under grace.
Under grace.
Your time is up.
Your time is up.
Rest in peace.
Rest in peace.
In Jesus' name.
Amen.
I did not say anybody is bad. I only prayed a prayer. Who answers prayers? With those hands. Oh, Just celebrate him. Celebrate him.
Thank you, Lord. Thank you, Lord.
Son of God, you are so good. Almighty God, hallowed be your name. Your dominion is forevermore. Listen, maybe to an extent we'll be using the preachings of first service to cover up for manifestations in second service. Huh?
Yes, sir.
So we are indirectly saying you should attend 2 services, Abi?
Yes, sir.
No, but in all we believe God for wisdom. Lift your 2 hands to heaven and just love him. Love him. Sorry, I don't know. I'm hearing something like Irabo. IRABOR. Is there someone like that here? Crucified, lay behind the
stone, you live to die.
Hello, madam. Are you married? Stretch your 2 hands. This battle is not normal. Why does the enemy take delight in your tears? But this day, God has taken pleasure in making you laugh.
Amen.
Jesus. Jesus. Who is it about?
My father.
Are you Ishan?
Yeah, partly Ishan, partly Delta.
Which part in Ishan?
It's only my father can explain that.
Okay, you don't go there. You don't go there. I may won't go there. Because now the Ishan side now no like. What is Rosemary?
That is my name.
I'm not waiting.
I want God to use you for others. After today, may the cycle of tears end. Jesus. Lift your 2 hands. Somebody shout, my Father, my Maker.
My Father, my Maker.
As I pray, break the cycle.
Break the cycle.
The cycle of limitation.
The cycle of
The cycle of tears.
The cycle of tears.
Break. In the name of Jesus. Church of God, in Malachi, is that prove ye me this day and see. You can prove God. I have proven him and I have seen him. You can prove God. It said, prove ye me this day and see. And see. Anna proved him. Prove ye me this day. If you want to prove God, you must know God. If you want to prove him, you must be ready to believe him. that if you want to prove him, you must be patient with him. Because in proving God, you can't doubt him. You see, Ecclesiastes 11 said, if the cloud be full, to empty it. I've proven God, though. I have carried a sacrifice that everything about me knew that something left me. When Jesus shouted, virtue has gone on. Abraham took Isaac, he didn't tell Sarah. Because there are some sacrifices you don't double discuss. Am I talking to somebody? I'm not talking about whatever. There's a particular son of the father who single-handedly, many years ago, I remember following Papa to one of our branches. A man built a church, parsonage, security house, furnished it, put generator, and handed it over to the ministry. And the man said, this is his battle seed. And recently, one of my very good friends, we've been in politics as students, is in politics, and I'm here building a cathedral from buying land to construction till the end. He said, I'm giving it as. I looked at him. I've supported almost any church structure that I come across. Anyone. He never reached out. I want to build him a house. Man of God, a house. A temple. The building will germinate. There are sacrifices. As everybody is shouting, beautiful. Wow. Good looking. God will just be increasing you. I talk less. I bless you. There are two things I reject from this congregation. Number one is poverty.
Amen. Amen.
Number two is foolishness.
Amen.
A fool says in his heart, there is no God. No need to fast. No need to pray. No need to go to church. No need to pay tithe. No need to go. A fool says, na Bible talker. You don't need it. 1 December I was to practice sacrifice. And then my banker said to me, he said, sir, no. I wanted to empty my account as it were. And then he said to me, he said, no. And I said, why? That was the time I really knew that December period, bankers don't like money leaving the bank because they need to close their records. He said, no. I said, what? Then I told him something. I said, as there is a way to go up in your system, this is one of the ways to grow for my own system. You can't use your own to swell my own. Have you ever asked yourself a question that the Bible said there is he that scattereth, yet increaseth? Please, you are an accountant. Do you scatter to increase? At least, I'm an engineer. I did mathematics to a great extent. 1 + 1 is 2. 2 × 2 is 4. Then you are not telling me that when I scatter, that means either I'm minusing or I'm dividing, that I'll be increasing. And then the Lord took me one day. He said, how do you plant rice? It is scatter rice. As a doctor. How does rubber plantation come? They're not they plant one rubber seed to get rubber plantation. You plant one tree, as it grows, what they call it, they split. Go just they grow. Before you know it, the apple plantation don't come out. He said, there is it that scattereth, yet increaseth. I bless you. Bless you. The greatest strategic sacrifice you can give is the sacrifice of your life. Please, if you are here, you don't have a personal relationship with Jesus. Can I have the privilege of welcoming you to the kingdom where there are no small men? If such a person is here, lift your right hand where you are. I want to welcome you by myself to the kingdom where there are no small men or small women. If you are here, come. Come. You want to surrender your life or rededicate your life to the person of Jesus? If you are here, come. While we are waiting, God bless you. Let those to dedicate the babies get ready. Celebrate God as they come. Oh, you know, a few years ago, I had a life that God helped me to hand over my life and receive this life. His life has helped my life. God bless you, sir. Thank you for coming. How are you? God bless you. Repeat after me, say, Lord Jesus, I thank you for this opportunity. I believe in my heart that you died for me. I confess this day with my mouth that you are my Lord and Savior. Father, I come today to surrender my life as my sacrifice for that which you did for me. Write my name in your book of life. Thank you, Father. In Jesus' name. Celebrate God for him. Father, I ask for grace, uncommon grace. Distinguish him among others. My meeting, you have helped my life, help him. Lord, I ask that by your supplies and by your favor, show him that side of you that gets even the weak to be in love with you. Merciful Father, overlook. Let the blood speak. Jesus' precious name. Anyone here believing God for a miracle? You are healed.
Amen.
Let's stand up and receive the children for dedication.
Lagos, Nigeria. A home awaits you at Omega Fire Ministries Lagos, the wealthy place. Be a part of this mighty move of God's power and experience the Word of God undiluted, answered prayers, great deliverance, healing, the prophetic and outstanding reception, coupled with abundance of testimonies. Host Reverend Fidelis and Pastor Fidelis Ayemoba, son and daughter of God's Oracle, Apostle Johnson Suleman. Join us this week on Sundays, first service 7 a.m., second service 8:30 a.m., Tuesdays by 6 p.m. and Fridays by 6 p.m. at plot 2/3 Kudirat Abiola Way by First Bank Bus Stop, Oregun, Ikeja, Lagos. For inquiries, please call 0816-618-5837. Omega Fire Ministries Lagos, the wealthy place. Come, experience, belong.
The Bible said the man was a condemned thief before he came to the cross, but on the cross he recognized Jesus. He said to Jesus, Jesus, the Bible says, is the author and the finisher of our faith, not the middle. The Bible didn't tell us about the middle. God will begin with God so loved the world that he gave his only begotten son. Says, and the dove, and nothing keeps you in perpetual struggle like foolishness. The Bible said the man